FSBOs. How would I think I want to work more toward trying to get some FSBOs listing wise. But I've never even tried to approach it. So I think it's an avenue I want to at least test out and see if it's even worth it, or if I even want to try to move forward with FSBOs, but I got to give it some kind of try.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got several kind of big rock priorities that I think agents are really missing out. They're missing the boat on some really big earning potential if they focus on these key areas. So,
Okay.
a big thing is your database. So building your KB core database and nurturing your database.
Right.
Most agents are not doing that. That's the value of any real
Yeah.
estate business is the
Yeah.
database.
I'm working on
Um,
that diligently. I do a little bit a day. It's a little overwhelming. So I'm learning I'm doing the trainings and trying to learn it because it's not really user friendly.
mhm. Yeah. So let me ask you this. That's a key thing. How long have you been a real estate agent?
I will be licensed on this month. It'll be 4 years.
Okay. So, and
Trans-
are you from the McKinney area?
well, I'm originally from Louisiana, but I've been here 22 years. So
Okay.
yes.
All right. So you probably got a big sphere of influence. And so I would
Oh,
just set a goal, right? Try to get like, what if you put like 5 contacts in your database a day? So if you set a goal to put 5 in your database a day and then you called each one of those 5 and just checked on them, just tell them like, hey, checking in, want to see how you're doing. Oh, by the way, I am updating my database. Want to make sure you still live at 123 Main Street. Want to make sure this is still your email address, and just verify all their stuff, and even probably gather some birthday and anniversary information. So
okay.
just by doing that one exercise, so you need, like, every real estate agent needs 4 to 6 lead streams, and we can kind of
Yeah.
build up to that. So your sphere of influence should be like one of your biggest ones.
Right.
And then we want to sprinkle in some internet leads. So train you how to generate organic leads, leveraging your listings, leveraging FSBOs, leveraging listings of other agents in your office. And then a specialization is really, really important. So
Right.
what do you want to be known for? And FSBOs can definitely be that specialization. But you can specialize in internet leads, you can specialize in a particular neighborhood, you can specialize in new construction, you can specialize in condos, you can specialize in investors, first time home buyers. But being known for something in McKinney, like, you want to be, when people think about this one segment of the market, you want them thinking of you.
I think it would be first time home buyers. That's where I get the most thrill and pleasure out of helping first time home buyers. And I've done a lot so far. Just uh, did I tell you? I forgot if I mentioned that I'm just transitioning over to being a full time realtor, because the
Okay.
first 2.5 years I was part time, but I had pretty good sales. So a lot of people didn't know I was part time, but I had a full time job. So I left my full time job about 2 months ago. So I'm just trying to focus on, building my business and just kind of exploring some of the areas that I hadn't explored, because I was pretty much working 7 days a week with my full time job. So this time I just want to work full time 7 days a week on real estate. I don't want to do, any outside thing.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yes,
So
Cave working on that.
yeah. So what you would want, like, if I was to go to your personal Facebook page, what I would want to see is everything first time homebuyer related. You just constantly pumping out the education on low
Okay.
to no money down programs. So you master every loan program, like, you know it as well as the mortgage lenders know it. You
Okay.
know all the requirements of each loan, all the ins and outs, all the income limits, household income limits, like all of that stuff that goes along with each of those loans. And then, of course, VA is going to be one of those. And so mastering the art of VA loans, FHA loans, knowing the difference between FHA loans and conventional loans, just becoming really developing a mastery on the lending side is going to be key for your first time home buyers. And then educating them things on just the home buying process, what they should expect from the process, how to navigate the contract, the negotiation process, the home inspection process. You're doing like seminars, whether you're doing like Facebook Live Q&As, you're doing hosting seminars in your office where you're inviting first time home buyers. So you've got this huge like just content stream of education, like high value content for people that want to basically at some point in time own their first home.
Yeah. So how do I have a niche in that, but not push away my experienced buyers? Because I want to keep them too.
So it's a great question. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you asked, because this is the most common misconception of agents. And so what I want you to understand is basically two things. Okay. Number one, if you go deep into a specialization that is near and dear to your heart, like when your specialization is also your passion project, it will cease to feel like you are actually working. So you will you'll just wake up like on fire to serve, because you're doing what you love with the people that you love, and you're having these amazing impacts on people's lives.
Right.
So it's going to be so worthwhile, because you're going to be making the natural byproduct of this is that you're going to be making more money than you've ever made in real estate. And you're going to be really fulfilled because you're helping a segment of the market that's really important to you. So that's number one. Number two is that real estate agents often do not specialize. They're generalists versus specialists. And so I want you to become a specialist. But the reason that they don't is just the reason you mentioned. They don't want to pigeonhole themselves into one segment. And, they think, oh, well, they're only going to call you if they're in that specific segment. And that's just not true. Okay. So what it just means is that you become well known. The only way to become really well known is to pick one thing and to go very deep on that one thing.
Okay.
It's why you see like insurance people probably in your marketplace talking about boat insurance or motorcycle insurance or something like that. Like, I'm the motorcycle insurance specialist. Attorneys do this all the time. They're either a divorce attorney, accident and personal injury attorney. They focus on taxes and bankruptcy attorneys. But that doesn't mean you can't go to that bankruptcy attorney if you need to get a divorce.
Right.
But they're just like, whenever you get a bankruptcy, you're just like, hey, Bob is the guy. He's the bankruptcy guy. Yeah. So you want to be like the first time home buyer, the home buyer specialist, the agent that specializes in making the home buying process a very enjoyable, very memorable experience.
Right.
With a specialization in first time home buyers.
Right.
So, but that doesn't, and so then you've got time to work your sphere of influence. You've got time to, especially at your full time, to develop this specialization in first time home buyers. And then you also have time to work with for sale by owners. So yes. So, and then you will just kind of see from there, like you get those three, like rocking and rolling. A natural fourth is going to be internet leads. So learning how to not only generate those, but convert those into sales is a whole nother animal, right? So, and then we'll have, room to add a couple more down the road. But if you got your sphere of influence rocking, you start building this top of mind awareness, this brand awareness in your marketplace for the first time homebuyer specialist. You start listing, let's say you list one FSBO a month, one FSBO a month. And then from that listing, you're generating a lot of buyer leads and even more seller leads, and even that activity. So this is the cool thing about, so we could even round this out with the fifth thing being like social media. So you're just starting to document everything that you're doing on social. And that's
Okay.
really going to activate your sphere of influence.
Yes.
So they're going to go, man, she has gotten so dang busy. She's a hustler. Like every
Yep.
day she's pumping out content, or she's just all over the place.
Right.
So this really big business is going to start to form. And you're going to get so busy that you need to leverage your time with virtual assistants.
Yeah.
So
Yesterday I did I used to love doing open houses before COVID. I hadn't did one since COVID, like 2. So yesterday was my first one in 2 years, and I really enjoyed it. I did a live feed from it, and I got tons of hits and things from my internet, my Facebook group or whatever. So that was good because they saw me out there and they saw me. So I'm trying to get comfortable with doing videos and doing live feeds and doing, those type of things.
yeah, so the first part of this, and you should either, if you don't have an email from me in your inbox, check your spam folder.
All right.
To see if you've got an email from me. And so I sent you 2 links to 2 separate YouTube trainings.
Okay.
And so the first one is how to FSBO, and then the second one is the perfect week. So the first video series, the how to FSBO, is going to show you how to get your foot in the door with for sale by owners. And then once you get your foot in the door with them, what do you do with them next? So what's
Right.
the offer? So what we are doing is we're not calling for sale by owners and asking them if they're ready to list. We're calling them and asking them, hey, would you like some really intentional, really expert, really valuable, a valuable partnership with a real estate agent who can help you market this home and sell it at the price you want and the terms you want.
Okay. I just found your email. It wasn't spam. So
Okay, good. So what you're going to want to do is watch those 2 trainings. At the end of each video, it'll prompt you to watch the next video in the series.
Okay.
And so it's going to show you so the first step is setting a preview appointment with the for sale by owner. So how to make that call, what to say during that call. And then when you set the appointment, how to conduct the appointment so the goal of the initial call is to set a preview appointment, to get in front of them. You don't want to try to sell yourself over the phone. You want to sell yourself once you in your services and your value proposition in person, once you get eyeball to eyeball with them. And then the goal of the actual appointment is to leave with an agreement, with an opportunity to host an open house for them. And then the second video training series is going to show you how to market that for sale by owner open house for a full week. And what's cool about it is that you're creating content around this for sale by owner open house. You're learning how to use Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, blogging, social media reels and stories and video posts, and your YouTube channel. And you're learning how to post really valuable content so that it creates internet leads, start going into your KV Core CRM. And so even if nobody shows up to the open house, you've gotten all this exposure on your social media channels. You've generated leads from the internet, and then you've created content that's just going to keep working for you forever. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about deploying a YouTube video or a blog, is that it's always out there working for you. It's always, that's how we drive content to our KV Core websites, is through content. Traffic to our KV Core websites is through content. So you just accomplish all these different things. So what I would suggest that you do, just kind of as a homework assignment, we'd like to get this rolling as soon as possible, right? I would love for you to watch these, the first video series, How to FSBO, and actually start making some FSBO calls.
Okay.
In a perfect world, I'd love to, we need as many days to market this home as possible. But, it's going to take a little while to get this machine built and have it rolling. So like if you were able to watch those videos today and then maybe even start calling, just set a goal to start calling in the morning, because we want to identify, you want to watch the videos, then go to Zillow and start identifying the for sale by owners in your marketplace. So just in case you don't know this, Zillow has the for sale by owners phone number. You just have to scroll down. It's about, once you pass the description on Zillow, it's like middle of the way down, and it's easy to pass over, but you've got the for sale by owners phone number there. And then it'll also tell you, Zillow will tell you, if there's been any price reductions and how long it's been on market. So I kind of look, like if I know, so I'm doing my research every day on McKinney or the surrounding area, and I know like if it's on the market over 30 days, something's up. And
Right.
that may be 15 days, whatever it is. So if you go on Zillow and you're like, wow, this one's been on the market over 15 days. This one's been on the market over 30 days. This one, look at this one, just had a $5,000 price reduction. Zillow shows you what the lowest hanging fruit in the FSBO listing marketplace, what those ideal opportunities are by either days on market or price reductions.
Okay. Do you usually just go to Zillow and put in a search for sale by owners? Because I haven't even tried to look for them.
Yep. So you just go in and just go McKinney, Texas for sale by owner, or FSBO McKinney, FSBO Dallas, FSBO Fort Worth, FSBO.
Okay.
Frisco FSBOs, all, just whatever market you work in that area, just start typing those suggestions in, and then it'll pull up the list.
Okay.
So here's the thing is that, so people ask me all the time, they're like, Jason, if you got back into full-time real estate tomorrow, what are 2 things you would focus on? And without fail, I've said this for like over a decade now, it's Facebook and FSBOs. I mean, it's just the easiest thing ever. Now, this for sale by owner, this could become a specialization.
Right.
And really what you would be known, your specialist, your specialization would really become the open house. Like
right.
She's the open house queen, but I do think that this first time home buyer situation is a winner as well. But this thing, you will stumble upon this. Like we need to, get you sticking a toe in a couple different ponds here and just kind of seeing what feels the best.
Right.
And so you may go, man, if you have instant success with this for sale by owner program, you might just want to go all in on it for a while, because it really does have an opportunity for it to really you can fill your calendar, your weekly calendar with this. And it's something very powerful when agents, and think about this, it takes a lot of pressure off of agents and gives them a lot of purpose when they have something to bring to market every week. And if every week you're bringing to market for an open house, and particularly a for sale by owner open house. I mean, the best thing about a for sale by owner open house is that you are interviewing for an opportunity to one day list that open house, but then you're also putting yourself in a position to meet lots of home buyers and home sellers. So it's like kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone type thing.
Yes. And like if you're offering them, look, you're doing all the marketing, you're doing the marketing of the open house for them, you're taking care of everything, for the open house, they have to do nothing, to try to get them a buyer. Why wouldn't they want that? Why wouldn't they?
And I want to put their minds at ease really quickly and just tell them, very confidently that I will never ask them to list their property with me. They
Right.
may
That's
ask me. They may
property.
ask me. And if they ask me, I'm all over it, right? I'm not turning
Right.
down the listing, but I'm here to offer them help and value. It's really a win-win because
That's
through
right.
marketing their property, I'm going to get exposure and I'm going to get buyers that probably want to work with me. That they're for one reason or another the for sale by owners listing is not right for them, but I'm going to help them find something that's right for them.
That's correct.
So it really is. It's like you said. There's nothing. Like I'll ask them this. I'll say, "What do you got to lose? Like, give me a shot. It's not going to cost you anything." And if you don't like the way I do things, then it's no hard feelings. But in the
Right.
meantime, what do you got to lose? So there's some really key things that you're going to uncover when you watch those video trainings. And you're going to uncover the consistent mistakes that for sale by owners make, and areas where you can provide value. So what I would do is get busy watching these videos, and then
That
you may want to circle back with me. You're probably just going to come with a bunch of questions.
okay.
And so what I would suggest is just circle back with me to schedule another one of these, and let's jump on another call to kind of go through your questions. And
Okay.
then what we'll do is we'll whenever you're ready, we're going to role play the call.
Okay.
So I'll be the for sale by owner. You're going to be the agent. We can switch just to make
Okay.
sure, and I'll throw some objections at you, and we'll get you ready to make that call. And then once you set your first preview appointment, then we'll jump back on another one of these, and we'll go through the steps of the preview appointment. And that's the beautiful thing about this is it's going to be a step-by-step process. The phone call is a step-by-step process. The FSBO appointment is a step-by-step process. And then once you land the open house, then we start executing that perfect week of marketing. And that's a step-by-step process. So every day has its steps all the way up till the open house. And so a thing of beauty is that agents go, wow, like their days become so structured that so they know like Monday, here's what I'm doing. Tuesday, here's what I'm doing. And so one of the things I found with real estate agents is that they don't really have a plan. Like
Yeah.
there's no consistency to their weeks. And we know that consistency is the only magic bullet in real estate, but there's no day-to-day consistency, and they're kind of lost. They're like, what should I be doing today? I know I need to be doing something to make
You are
money.
hitting the nail on the head for me because, I came from structure for 22 years in corporate, where now on my own, I'm like all over the place. I know I want to do this. I know I want to do that. So I need to get back to that structure because that's how I operate best. And I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. And I want to have that, just lined out. I need that.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to be everywhere, which is what I'm finding I'm doing. So
Well, you're going to simplify your life, and then you're going to go, wow, it's all about running the plays that work, right?
right.
And once you find the plays that really work, that generate leads, that those leads become contacts, those contacts become relationships, which lead to sales and referrals and, direct business and referral business. And you're just going to go, your life is going to have direction. Your week is going to have direction. And then you're going to get really, really good at executing all these things that are really high level. And people are going to want to list with you that are not for sale by owners, that just want to sell because you have this marketing plan that you execute. It's like a sweat equity marketing plan. Like people think real estate agents, couple of things we're going to cover in these training videos is that what we're learning to do here is using the negative, lens that our consumers look at real estate agents. They think we're lazy and we're dishonest. And so we're going to come into these FSBOs lives and we're going to just immediately insert honesty and immediately insert value and show them that we're willing to roll up our sleeves and go to work. And they're like, wow, She's a hard worker. She's honest. She's got all these marketing skills. And she's just, everything she does, like if she says she's going to call us at this day at this time, she does. She follows through with all her commitments. And even if another real estate agent brings a buyer and nobody comes to your open house, and really you can't trace any direct immediate business back to all this work you put into this for sale by owner, it's going to come back to you in the form of referrals. They're going to go, wow, she really worked her tail off.
That's right. Yes.
Yep. All right. So get to work and then circle back with me. If you just have a quick question and you want to text me, just feel free to do that. It's 251-583.
251
583 9728. So if you just have a quick question, just text it to me. Otherwise, schedule another call and we will just keep plugging away until you master this.
Okay.
All right. Talk soon. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Jason.